Hi Vet Tech Kids, it's Melanie on the ranch giving you an update on our baby goats. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see them. Here we go. Okay, there's Gump, Pistol, and Wilson. You'll probably notice that Floppy isn't with us. He had gotten sick, and as soon as baby goats show any kind of sign whatsoever of not doing well, you need to pull them out and start checking him over. And we did just that, got him on antibiotics because his lungs just sounded so congested and full. It wasn't producing any nasal discharge. Tried the humidifier to see if that would help loosen things up, but he didn't make it. Makes me wonder if he came to our ranch already sick given the short amount of time. I know I had expressed concerns about aspiration pneumonia, and that is certainly a possibility. However, I hadn't even had him a week, so that tells me something, that maybe, just maybe, he had developed something prior to coming in. That being said, the other three are doing well. You may remember Gump knuckling over, and you can see that he's upright. He still, after a while, will knuckle a little bit, but he is getting a lot stronger and moving around. We've been going on daily walks and out to this one area I call the log, which it is a log. It just happens to be an old oak tree that had fallen down who knows when, and we left it out there, and it's a great place to sit, and little cottontails live in it. And it's a pretty good walk downhill, which means uphill coming back, and that's been good for Gump. And then here we built into the goat yard that we haven't used in a while, went ahead and built a goat playground. And I like to say that Wilson, Pistol, and Gump are now in preschool. They started preschool yesterday, so they don't stay out here all night. They come out after the first feed in the morning and spend their day out here. I come and do the second feed out here, and then when it's time for bedtime, I take them back to the sheep jugs where the heat lamp is. I don't think they really need it anymore, but I feel better with it. And then I like the idea that in the event that they start to make any kind of vocalizations, they're in a really, really secure area, not quite as open as this, so that if coyotes come in, they're not going to be able to get to them. Here, I think coyotes would quite easily, if they made vocalizations, come in and kill them. So today, day 2 of preschool, they are getting stronger, and they've discovered that this is fun. I do apologize if I'm making you guys dizzy. Sometimes when you're holding the camera, you don't realize how much movement you're doing. That being said, respect to all cameramen. So I'll try to slow down a little bit. So this little obstacle is just lets them jump up on pallets, but watch their footing because there's gaps. And then a little board to jump through. Some of you might be thinking, God, gaps, what if they trip and get a leg in there? You know, can break a leg. Yeah, I suppose that is very true. But we try to simulate real world situations when they go out and start grazing the acreage. You know, there's rocks and there's gopher holes or ground squirrel holes, stuff like that. So it's good they learn their footing now while they're youngsters. Baby goats have to be out here, you know, and in a goat yard, not in your house, which is why I've had people ask me all the time, why aren't you raising them that way? The reason why is they do need to be outside, because otherwise they don't know how to be goats. I wish right now that I had some older ones to show them the way. We had placed all of our other small herd earlier this year, and try to rotate goats through. And those went on to be milkers for some friends that needed milk goats pretty badly. And I had some really good milkers, and because I have a milk cow, I thought, you know what? It's fine to get them placed. But I miss my goats, and they are good for keeping brush down. Sheep graze, head down on the ground. Goats eat brush, so things like bushes and shrubs that you don't want there. Doesn't mean that they won't eat this stuff down. Eventually they would, but they're bush eaters. Gypsy is here. She has become quite the ranch cat. I blame Gypsy on Shelly RV Zoo. If you see this, I hope you hear this. Shelly, with a big heart, took her in to our school when she followed some kids just walking endlessly, all skinny and raggedy and clearly homeless. And Shelly brought her into the school and looked her over. And aside from parasites that needed to be taken care of and, fleas and getting some weight, she was in otherwise good health. So I brought her home. We actually got her adopted out, but, I always tell people you got to give it a good month. Give the animal a chance to decompress. They're usually PTSD. I know people don't think that can be applicable to animals, but of course it can be. And anyway, she was growling, I guess, and trying to bite. And within 2 or 3 days, she was brought back. So I brought her home. And yes, she was doing those exact same things to me. Now she is an amazing, amazing cat. And she will always have a home here. We got her fixed, got her microchipped, vaccinated. Her ear is notched because we consider her to be part of the feral population coming out of Marysville. But she is now my cat. To add to yet all the other cats that seem to end up with me. And making me the official crazy cat lady of Wheatland. Are you okay, Gump? So you see the feet are still flat down where they're supposed to be. No knuckling under. Knuckle boy. Now, if you look, not that you want to look, but this is supposed to be educational, you can see that there's still a little bit of diarrhea. Every time I feed, we get that. Generally, you feed 10 to 12% of their body weight. For me, it's a guesstimation. I don't have a scale here and limited access to the school, obviously, for our shelter-in-place order. So I'm guesstimating, which I'm probably guesstimating wrong. However, this little guy, Wilson, never seems to get diarrhea. It hasn't affected them in any way. They eat well, poop well. You okay? I'm going to learn quick. But again, a little bit of runs. But no other clinical signs to suggest any kind of digestive upset. They don't act all scoury, for lack of a better word. They eat well, run well, play well. And today, 24 hours after their first time in the playground, they're actually using the equipment. Before, they would wait until I got there and then explore it. Now they're going out and doing it on their own. Can you show them how you can use the teeter-totter? You were using it earlier. You were walking the plank. When they get up there, it'll go down the other side. Gypsy just shot up a tree. I don't see anybody else out here. Cows are out there somewhere. Grass is coming in. When we get a little rain and then we get consistent days of sunshine and a little rain and then more days of sunshine, it just explodes. So it's really cool. Everybody eats for free. We still throw a little alfalfa once in a while to the horses, but there's so much pasture grass, and we're keeping a very close eye, obviously, to make sure Baxter, our little mini, isn't getting too much, but he's pretty good at self-regulating. He's turning out to be quite the easy keeper. We're supposed to be teaching him to drive, but I got to admit I've been a little remiss on that since all of this started. I'm actually completely new to teaching online, so that's kind of taken a lot of my time. Come over here. Did you guys jump through the tire? The only one I ever see doing it is Wilson. Cheater. Wilson, give me a break. He's actually been jumping up there. I think they're getting into this, you know, their stomach's starting to settle in from their feed and getting that mid-morning sluggish, I just ate and want to take a nap feeling. He's about to squish his head. Oh! Oh, did you just get Gump? We need to bring some baby wipes out here and start wiping some bums. They have a water source. We threw some grain down. Well, something came out here and ate it, but there's some more in the bucket over here. My guess is rabbits came through. So overall, these three are doing really well. As far as how much are they eating, again, it's supposed to be 10 to 12% of their body weight, and I don't know their exact weight, so at this point, guesstimation. Those soda bottles that you saw in the video when I was last feeding them, Wilson here takes a full bottle, Pistol takes a full bottle, and Gump takes about 2/3. Sometimes I've seen him scarf a whole bottle. I probably wouldn't chew on that. Silly. Goats chew everything. You're so silly. Guess I should take that down. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope everybody's doing well and you're staying healthy. And please, 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 please eat your vegetables and get outside. Go in the backyard. Do something, but don't stay inside in front of the TV or the computer. Love you guys. Bye.